Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to News9 Live. I'm Kabir Naqvi. You're watching top stories from our studios here in the national capital region. This is your one-stop shop to catch hold of all the national top stories that we're tracking for you. And take a look at this. This just in, Union Home Minister Amit Shah has launched a scathing attack on Congress leader Rahul Gandhi during a public meeting in Uttar Pradesh's Raebareli, from where he is contesting the Lok Sabha Polls. Amit Shah had posed 5 questions to Rahul Gandhi, emphasizing the need for clarity on significant national issues, including Article 370 and Triple Talaq. Listen in to what the Home Minister had to say.
भाइयों बहनों, मैं यहाँ जब आया हूँ तब राहुल बाबा को 5 सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ। वो आए तो आप भी पूछना। मैं सार्वजनिक रूप से राहुल बाबा को 5 सवाल पूछता हूँ। पहले आपको पूछता हूं, मुझे बताओ भाई, ट्रिपल तलाक मोदी जी ने समाप्त करा, अच्छा किया या बुरा किया? जोर से बोलो, अच्छा किया या बुरा किया? राहुल बाबा रायबरेली की जनता को जवाब दे, ट्रिपल तलाक आप वापिस लाना चाहते हो क्या? वो कह रहे हैं हम वापिस लाएंगे। मैं आज पूछना चाहता हूं, पहले कॉमन सिविल कोड यूसीसी होना चाहिए या नहीं होना चाहिए? जोर से बोलो, होना चाहिए या नहीं होना चाहिए? ये कहते हैं हम मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ लाएंगे। राहुल बाबा, इसका जवाब दीजिए। भाइयों बहनों, मोदी जी ने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक की, वो अच्छा किया या बुरा किया? अरे जोर से बोलो, अच्छा किया या बुरा किया? ये राहुल बाबा सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक पर सवाल उठाते हैं। मैं उनको पूछना चाहता हूं, आप सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक का समर्थन करते हैं या नहीं करते? वो कहते हैं राम मंदिर के बारे में, मैं उनको पूछना चाहता हूं, राम मंदिर में आप दर्शन करने क्यों नहीं गए? इसका जवाब जरा राहुल बाबा दे। और भाइयों बहनों, अंत में राहुल बाबा रायबरेली की जनता को बताए कि धारा 370 हटाने का आप समर्थन करते हो या नहीं करते हो? ये 5 चीजों का जवाब राहुल बाबा ने देना चाहिए। बाद में रायबरेली के लोगों के वोट मांगने चाहिए।
Meanwhile, Rahul Gandhi of the Congress party said that he himself or party president and chief Mallikarjun Kharge would be pleased to participate in a public debate in the Lok Sabha elections and expressed hope that the Prime Minister would also accept the invitation. Union Minister Smriti Irani, meanwhile, took a jibe at the Congress leader and questioned if Rahul Gandhi was the India bloc's prime ministerial candidate and whether he could debate with a person of stature like the Prime Minister.
दो चीजें, जिस व्यक्ति में इतनी हिम्मत नहीं कि वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एक सामान्य कार्यकर्ता से अपने सो कॉल्ड गढ़ में चुनाव लड़ सके, वो डींगे ना ही हाँके तो बेहतर। लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री मोदी के साथ समतल एक समकक्ष बात करने वाले व्यक्ति से मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ, क्या वो इंडी गठबंधन के प्रधानमंत्री के उम्मीदवार हैं?
Now, Rahul Gandhi accepted the invitation of Justice Madan B. Lokur and Justice former chairman of the Law Commission of India, Ajit P. Shah, and senior journalist N. Ram, who had written to the Congress leader and the Prime Minister earlier this week, inviting both of them to a platform for a debate on the key election issues. And in their letter addressed to the country's leaders, the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi, they had stated the proposal for the debate was non-partisan and in the broader interest of every citizen. Now, Rahul Gandhi took to social media and said that it would be a positive initiative for the major parties to present their vision to the country from one platform for a healthy democracy. He went on to say that Congress welcomes this initiative and accepts the invitation for a discussion. He further wrote that the country also expects the Prime Minister to take part in this dialogue. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, speaking in West Bengal, hit out at TMC and alleged that the party's goons are now threatening women of Sandesh Khali to protect the culprits. Listen in to what the Prime Minister had to say at that public rally in West Bengal.
यहां महिलाओं पर अत्याचार हो रहे हैं। संदेश खाली में क्या हुआ, पूरे देश ने देखा। बेटियों के गुनहगारों को बचाने में टीएमसी की पूरी सरकार लग गई। कोर्ट को दखल देना पड़ा। आज आरोपी सीबीआई की गिरफ्त में है, लेकिन टीएमसी अभी भी उसके लिए बैटिंग कर रही है। साथियों, टीएमसी और कांग्रेस में तुष्टीकरण का कंपटीशन चल रहा है। कांग्रेस के शहजादे देश में सबकी संपत्ति की जांच करवाना चाहते हैं। वो आपकी संपत्ति की जांच करवाएंगे। आपकी कमाई, आपकी जमीन उन लोगों में बांटेंगे।
Well, now addressing a press conference at the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters in the national capital, 2 days after he was released on interim bail for about 21 days, Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party Chief and National Convener Arvind Kejriwal announced 10 poll guarantees. Now take a look at these 10 poll guarantees, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about free electricity, education and health. Also in that list of 10 guarantees are 2 crore jobs. Talking about unemployment in the next 1 year, giving a free hand to the Indian Army, the repealing of the Agniveer, and to reclaim India's land occupied by China. All of this were among the 10 promises made by Kejriwal. Take a look at that. Number 1, electricity. Number 2, he talks about the health situation in the country. And then he goes on to talk about education over there as well. Number 4 is nation first, ladies and gentlemen. Then he goes on, well, to subsequently talk about how GST is going to be simplified. It's going to be a pro-business scenario when you're talking about these 10 promises. Nation first on your screens, like we pointed out. Then number 5 comes about, he talks about the soldiers, the repealing of the Agniveer, of how all the people that are in training are going to get proper and, permanent enrollment. Talks about the farmers, the MSP under the Swaminathan Commission. All of those are important points. Full statehood for the national capital. Purna Rajya, another poll plank for Arvind Kejriwal. Unemployment, like I told you, plans to create 2 crore jobs every year starting next year alone. Then talks about corruption, the white washing machine of the BJP. He says we're going to stand on top of it and topple it. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, point number 10, in terms of business, simplifying GST, becoming a pro-business sort of a government. Listening to what Arvind Kejriwal had to say, second press conference after coming out of Tihar jail.
सबसे पहली गारंटी है, देश के अंदर 24 घंटे बिजली का इंतजाम करेंगे। अच्छी, शानदार और फ्री शिक्षा का इंतजाम किया जाएगा। पूरे देश में कोने कोने में, हर गांव में, हर मोहल्ले में मोहल्ला क्लिनिक खोला जाएगा। शानदार डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल जितने उनको मल्टी स्पेशलिटी बना के उनको शानदार प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स की तर्ज पे बनाया जाएगा। और इस देश में पैदा होने वाले हर व्यक्ति का पूरा इलाज मुफ्त होगा। हमारे देश की जितनी जमीन पे चाइना ने कब्जा किया हुआ है, उस जमीन को चाइना के कब्जे से छुड़वाएंगे। अग्निवीर योजना को बंद किया जाएगा। स्वामीनाथन रिपोर्ट के आधार के ऊपर किसानों को उनकी फसलों के सभी फसलों के पूरे दाम एमएसपी के आधार पर पूरे दाम दिलवाए जाएंगे। 7वीं गारंटी, दिल्ली को पूर्ण राज्य का दर्जा दिलवाया जाएगा, जो दिल्ली वासियों का कई दशकों से दिल्ली के लोगों का हक है। 1 साल के अंदर 2 करोड़ रोजगार का इंतजाम किया जाएगा ताकि हमारे युवकों को बेरोजगारी से निकाला जा सके। जीएसटी को पीएमएलए से बाहर किया जाएगा। जीएसटी का सरलीकरण किया जाएगा। सारी प्रशासनिक और लीगल व्यवस्थाओं को सरलीकरण किया जाएगा।
Well, now Arvind Kejriwal also criticized the Prime Minister and the Bharatiya Janata Party, asserting that the PM will have to step down next year as he is turning 75, a rule that he himself had created. Listen in to what this PM succession row is now all about.
प्रधानमंत्री जी जब 75 साल के हो जाएंगे तो वो भी रिटायर हो जाएंगे। जब मैंने ऐसे कहा तो कल मैंने देखा कि बीजेपी के बहुत सारे नेताओं ने ये कहा कि वो नियम 75 साल वाला मोदी जी के ऊपर लागू नहीं होता। तो मैं समझता हूं कि जब भी ऐसा कुछ होता है, जब किसी पार्टी के सबसे बड़े नेता के ऊपर कोई टिप्पणी की जाती है, तो जाहिर तौर पे उनकी पार्टी के लोग उनको उनके समर्थन में बोलते हैं। लेकिन मैं समझता हूं कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कुछ नहीं बोला अभी। उनकी पार्टी के नेता कह रहे हैं कि नहीं, हम उनको रिटायर नहीं होने देंगे, ये उनकी भावना है, उनके पार्टी के नेताओं की भावना है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो नियम बनाए अपने ऊपर नहीं, या तो प्रधानमंत्री जी कह दें कि वो नियम अब मेरे ऊपर लागू नहीं होगा, आडवाणी जी के लिए बनाया था वो, या तो वो कह दें, लेकिन मैं नहीं समझता कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ऐसा कहेंगे। तो जाहिर तौर पे बाकी नेता सारे सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं उनको, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी तो रिटायर होंगे वो। ऐसा मेरी गुजारिश ये है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ये बता दें कि उनका सक्सेसर कौन होगा, नहीं तो आपस में मारकाट मचेगी उनके अंदर।
All right, we're slipping into a quick commercial break here. Lots more coming right on the other side. Keep watching News9 Live.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Golf as a game, it is closest to the game that you call life.
You've got to use your mind. You cannot lose it.
The sharpest person is one who understands his limitations.
खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा बंदे से पूछे कि तेरी रजा क्या है।
You might have a bad break after a good shot. You might have a good break after a bad shot. But the fact remains, you got to play the ball from where it lies.
Watch Jeev Milkha Singh on Duologue with Paruntas, streaming on News9 Plus.
A defiant performance by Ten Hag's men. Now standing at 7 feet 4 inches, Satnam Singh is making his way into professional wrestling.
We are getting more good news for India.
There's a new video around what deep fake can do.
We have seen a trailer of this a few days back.
Rollers should not be only on the platform.
We'll have to wait and see how those play out.
Hindenburg's report cannot be taken as gospel of truth.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Welcome back. You're watching News9 Live. While addressing his first rally a day after coming out of jail, Arvind Kejriwal said that voting for Narendra Modi in the Lok Sabha election 2024 would mean voting for Amit Shah. He said that Narendra Modi would retire next year after turning 75, and after PM Modi's retirement, Amit Shah would become the Prime Minister. Listen in.
जब आप अगर जो वैसे तो मेरे को लगता है मैं भी आऊंगा उसके ऊपर, मुझे नहीं लगता इनकी सरकार बन रही है, लेकिन जो बीजेपी को वोट देने जाएं वो ये सोच के जाना कि आप मोदी जी के नाम पे वोट नहीं दे रहे, आप अमित शाह के नाम पे वोट दे रहे हैं।
Now responding to these claims, Home Minister Amit Shah hit back at Arvind Kejriwal. He said that he has nothing to be happy about PM Modi turning 75. He said that it's not written in the BJP's constitution anywhere that Narendra Modi can't be the Prime Minister. He will be the Prime Minister and complete his term. There is no confusion about this in the party. Listen in.
मैं अरविंद केजरीवाल एंड कंपनी और पूरे इंडिया अलायंस को कहना चाहता हूं, मोदी जी 75 साल के हो जाए, इससे आपको आनंदित होने की जरूरत नहीं है। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के संविधान में कहीं नहीं लिखा है। मोदी जी ही ये टर्म पूरी करेंगे और मोदी जी ही आगे देश का नेतृत्व करते रहेंगे। इसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी में कोई कंफ्यूजन नहीं है, ये कंफ्यूजन खड़ा करना चाहिए।
Up next, a day before Lok Sabha polls in Telangana, Chief Minister A Revanth Reddy was spotted unwinding on the football field, thoroughly enjoying himself. Take a look. Videos of Telangana Chief Minister A Revanth Reddy playing football at the University of Hyderabad. These visuals have now gone viral. Donning the India jersey, Revanth kicked the ball around at the playground in the varsity after weeks of hectic campaigning across the state and the country to boost the Congress party's chances in the polls. That's the Telangana Chief Minister having a kickabout with the students of the Hyderabad University. Donning the India jersey, Revanth Reddy, the 9 number, certainly a striker's position. Well, moving on, Manipur Police on the 10th of May had arrested 6 cadres of the Kcp from Imphal East district. They were involved in kidnapping of 2 individuals from Imphal East. Now, the 2 kidnapped victims were also rescued by the Manipur Police. On your screens are pictures of the recoveries. Further, from their possessions, the following items were recovered: a Maruti Suzuki van, 1 2-wheeler vehicle and 5 mobile phones. Moving on, take a look at this. Nepali Sherpa and climber Kami Rita climbs the Everest for the record 29th time, breaking his own previous record of 28 ascents. He is the sole person to climb the world's tallest peak for a record 29 times. Acknowledgement by the government officials as well. Well, we're going to slip into a quick commercial break here. But tomorrow, the 4th phase of the Lok Sabha polls, the voting, several states that are going to go under voting, 96 parliamentary constituencies that are going to be up for grabs, hundreds in the political fray. Watch on News9 to bring you all the latest developments on that front. Now that Arvind Kejriwal is outside, Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, that particular teething issue, all those troubles, they're going to definitely be coming out. Now that Arvind Kejriwal has put forth his 10 guarantees and promises, what happens to the manifesto of the Congress Party, of all the other parties? Is there going to be an overlapping sort of situation? Certainly is turning out to be interesting. We're going to slip into a quick break here. On the other side, some top global developments as well. Don't go anywhere.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
A defiant performance by Ten Hag's men. Now standing at 7 feet 4 inches, Satnam Singh is making his way into professional wrestling.
We are getting more good news for India.
That ink is a semi-permanent dye called the indelible ink.
We are the sole manufacturer of this indelible ink.
Don't try to repair something which is working.
And if you have facial recognition, you can go vote in any booth anywhere based on where you are, and then it will be recorded that you can't vote anywhere else again.
Can we retire indelible ink and use biometrics? Theoretically, my answer would be yes.
This and more. Streaming on News9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
Welcome back. You're watching News 9 Live, bringing you the latest developments vis-a-vis the Israel versus Hamas West Asian conflict. Now, Israel called on for more Palestinians in more areas of the Gaza southern city of Rafah to evacuate and head to what it calls an expanded humanitarian area in the Al-Mawasi, in a further indication that the military is going to be pressing ahead with its plans for a ground attack on Rafah.
Smoke rises over Rafah on Saturday as Israel calls for Palestinians to evacuate and head to what it calls an expanded humanitarian area in Al-Mawasi. It's a further indication that the military is pressing ahead with its plans for a ground attack on Gaza's southern city. That's despite heavy US pressure and alarm expressed by residents and humanitarian groups. In a post on social media site X, a military spokesperson called on residents and displaced people in 12 neighborhoods in the enclave to go immediately to the shelters west of Gaza City. Gaza resident Nidal says despite the warning, he is unable to evacuate. He told Reuters he doesn't have a tent as they were all distributed yesterday, nor does he have cash to get a vehicle to move his belongings. These evacuations follow overnight Israeli jet strikes across the enclave. Israel's military said it was continuing precise operational activity against Hamas fighters in eastern Rafah and on the Gazan side of the Rafah crossing. On Friday, Israeli tanks captured the main roads dividing Rafah's eastern and western sections, effectively encircling the eastern side in an assault that has caused Washington to hold up delivery of some military aid to its ally. The latest evacuation orders came hours after internationally mediated ceasefire talks appeared to falter, with Hamas saying Israel's rejection of the truce offer returned things to square one. Israel says it wants to reach a deal under which hostages would be released in exchange for the freeing of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel, but that it is not prepared to end the military offensive which was triggered by a Hamas-led attack on southern Israel on October 7th. 1,200 people were killed and more than 250 people were taken hostage in the attack, according to Israeli tallies. Israel's military operation in Gaza, which it says aims to eliminate Hamas, has killed close to 35,000 Palestinians, according to Gaza's health ministry.
Funerals were held for Palestinians killed in airstrikes in Gaza's Deir al-Balah, as Israel presses ahead with its plans for a ground attack on Rafah. The Palestinian Health Ministry has said that 8 people were killed after houses were hit in Deir al-Balah and al-Zawaidah in the central part of the Gaza Strip. Israel had sent tanks into eastern Jabalia in the northern Gaza Strip after a night of heavy aerial and ground bombardments. The Israeli military said forces operating in Jabalia are preventing Hamas, which controls Gaza, from re-establishing its military capabilities over there. Israel's military operation in Gaza has so far killed close to 35,000 Palestinians, according to Gaza's health ministry. But the campus storm over the Gaza war, well, it continues. Pro-Palestinian protesters clashed with police in Orlando, Florida on Saturday. The protesters alleged that the police sprayed pepper spray and tear gas on predominantly women and children who were peacefully protesting in a park. Well, meanwhile, shifting our focus here, former US President Donald Trump on Saturday said at a massive rally that he held in Wildwood, New Jersey, which is in fact a deep blue state. Now, according to the local media, Trump over there drew about 1 lakh people to this MAGA event, Make America Great Again. And earlier on Saturday, Trump said that former Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley was not being considered to be his running mate in the November election, dismissing a report by news site Axios. Now, Trump traveled to New Jersey during a weekend break from his hush money trial in New York.
There would have been no war in Gaza with me in the White House. There would not have even been a chance. You know, Iran was broke when I was president. I said, if you buy oil, anybody buys oil from Iran, they can't do business with the United States. They were totally broke. Now they have $250 billion. They made it all in 3.5 years. When I was president, we had peace in the Middle East like never before, and I got the Abraham Accords done when nobody thought it was possible. When I'm president, we will not allow our colleges to be taken over by violent radicals. And if you come here from another country and try to bring jihadism or anti-Americanism or anti-Semitism to our campuses, we will immediately deport you. You'll be out of that school.
Meanwhile, the official death toll from the devastating flash floods in northern Afghanistan has risen to 315 people across 3 provinces, according to Taliban's Interior Ministry, whilst the World Food Programme said that it could be double that. The WFP, which operates throughout Afghanistan, took to social media and said that the floods had killed way more than 300 people. It did not give a source for its figures, however. Now, Taliban authorities, they earlier sent helicopters to try assist civilians overnight after receiving reports that over 100 people were stranded. Meanwhile, the flood victims, various funerals attended by all the people in northern Afghanistan. Almost 300 people that have succumbed to these flash floods. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Top Stories. But it does make one ponder. It was completely dry in the Himalayas during the winters. Now it's snowing over there. The coral reefs, well, there's complete bleaching. The temperature of not just the globe, the water bodies, is also on the rise. The glaciers are melting. Time for us to start thinking about climate change and global warming with the right kind of look and attitude that is needed. On that note, we're going to slip into a quick commercial break here. But before that, an exclusive interview. BJD's VK Pandian, the man behind Odisha's 5T initiative. News9's Kcp Sharma has an exclusive conversation with him. Take a look at this excerpt. The interview goes live tomorrow at 7:30.
आज आपने तो बहुत बड़ी बात बोल दी। आपने बोला कि 3/4 नहीं मिलेगा तो आप संन्यास ले लेंगे।
ठीक बात है। नवीन बाबू का इतना पॉपुलैरिटी है, 3/4 तो कम है उनके लिए। 3/4 से ज्यादा मिलेगा।
अच्छा, एक चीज बताइए, आपके फिट होने का राज क्या है? मतलब पॉलिटिशियंस जितने फेमस होते हैं मोटे हो जाते हैं, आप पतले हो रहे हैं।
एक्चुअली वेट इधर कम होने से सारा बॉडी में वेट कम हो जाता है।
आपने
नो टेंशन, नो स्ट्रेस। हेलो।
आप इसको कर्म भूमि बोलते हैं उड़ीसा को, क्यों?
मैं कब से काम करना शुरू किया हूँ, उस टाइम से इधर ही काम कर रहा हूँ। 24 इयर्स हो गया IAS ज्वाइन करने के बाद। उस टाइम से एवरीडे आई एम वर्किंग हियर ओनली। सो यही है मेरा कर्म भूमि, और कहीं मैंने काम नहीं किया।
ड्रीम क्या है उड़ीसा के लिए?
ड्रीम, Odisha should be number 1 in the country and it should, हमारा competition होगा other countries के साथ, साउथ कोरिया, वियतनाम, मलेशिया, गल्फ कंट्रीज, वैसे हम लोग compete करेंगे। मिनरल बेस्ड इकोनॉमी से नॉन मिनरल बेस्ड इकोनॉमी करेंगे, न्यू वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमी करेंगे।
Can the Trinamool candidate from Baharampur hit the ball out of the park?
50-60 दिन बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहा हूँ, उससे पहले ही काम दिखने स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे।
Pitted opposite Pathan in Team BJP is Dr. Nirmal Kumar Saha.
The fight is not Adit Chaudhary and Nirmal Saha. The fight between Modi